Today is first day of this year, and I'll tell you one thing, Mobile's tough. It's just a different estuary.
This is probably the toughest place we've been to. This is totally different here.
Well, I finally got them to Mobile, Alabama after 3 years of chasing these redfish around the Gulf, and damn if they're not going to run back to Louisiana and try to beat me. The guys that go back to Louisiana are going to have heavier fish if they can get back with them, but they got to go get them 2 days. I'm going to stay right here at home and fish like I know how to fish, and that's all I can do.
What it's going to actually do is it's going to bring out the best of the best. I mean, it really is. Absolutely. You know, and the thing is, today with the long run we got to make, and with the competition and everything, you've got to do what it takes to win. There's no, now with all the competition in here, if you just kind of hold back a little bit, you're always going to be in the back.
It's as good as it gets. The game's just getting started now. Today's the game.
Yes, baby, yes! They're showing up!
There's one.
Oh my God!
Ah, we got
Well, here we go, and welcome to Mobile, Alabama. There it is, the USS Alabama Battleship Park in the background, and this is where it all starts, the third season for the Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup. We got 102-man teams. We're going through a 5-event series trying to make it to the championship. You accumulate points all year long. You try to get your name on the cup at year's end. But job one, it starts right here, the first event of the year in Mobile Bay. Right there, 20% of the nation's freshwater comes out there. We're going to have a great challenge for our redfish anglers here. I'm Tommy Sanders. Our guest analyst today, a man from the Mobile area and one of the stalwarts on the Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup Tour. That's Mike Tyndall. And Mike, we're pleased to have you here and lucky to have you here today.
Tommy, great to be here, and great to get some of these guys who have been beating me up all over the country back to Mobile, Alabama.
You got them right where you want them. You got a big challenge for these guys because we do a lot of fishing in Texas, a lot in Louisiana, but this is different, right?
It is different, and what happens in Texas, what happens in Florida, clear water fishing, sand flats, you can see the fish, so you locate them pretty easy. In Mobile Bay, you got to fish to locate them. You got to get your bass tackle, spinner baits, the water's brackish, you can't really see the fish, so you're going to have to go out there and really fish the areas and feel them more than see them.
All right, this is the first event of the year. Everyone's adrenaline is pumped up. They are ready to go, ready to start getting points. What do you think about the philosophy of throwing something this tough at these guys, number one, right off the bat?
Well, it may mix up the field. You know, we usually know who the top guys are. We usually know who we have to beat. Now we've got some new guys coming in who may not know the drill. They may just go in there and start fishing, and you'll never know what happens.
Yeah, we have some guys, too, who are not going to deal with Mobile Bay and its environments, that sort of challenge. They're going to get in the boat and go a long ways away. What do you think about that?
Well, it's kind of fun. Mobile Bay has intimidated some guys. So some guys ran over to Florida to fish, and a lot of guys are going toward Mississippi and Louisiana.
Will be interesting to see which philosophy prevails. We're ready to go with day one of this 3-day event. Let's take a look. And on day one, as with all 3 days of fishing here, there will be a 2 fish per team limit per day. Now, after 2 days of fishing here in Mobile, we will cut the field down to 5. Those 5 finalists will be the only teams fishing on day number 3. We will zero the weight, start from 0 on that day. But on day 1, the team making a big splash with 14.47. Heath and Greg Hartzell, one of your teams, running all the way down to Louisiana. Does this team look familiar to you? Well, they should. They are the 2004 Redfish Cup champions. Tommy Lamont and Jimmy West, they finish in 9th place after day number 1 with 11.76. No team so far has repeated as Redfish Cup champions.
Oh boy, Oberto Redfish Cup champions, Tommy Lamont.
So day 2 gets underway. Day 1, you've pretty much shaken off the cobwebs. You've had your shakedown cruise. Now you got to get down to business, Mike.
Yeah, and today's a day you really got to step it up and do the same things you did on day 1, and that's where the pros really come to the front, Tommy.
How many of these guys are going to different places or changing their game plan, throwing out the old one, starting something new?
Only the guys that didn't have a successful day 1.
All right. Let's talk some more about Lamont and West, our champions from last year. What are their big strengths? What got them the cup last year?
They're real good fishermen, and over a period of time, good fishermen come to the top. That's proven.
Take a look at some of their action from day number 2. Does this place look familiar to you?
That's over on the Mississippi coast. They're fishing the Mississippi area, so it's a lot like Mobile with murky water, so they're like bass fishing. You can see the top water action there. That's a good bait in this situation. And you can see Jimmy West has got a fish on here, and the important thing is just to make sure you get that fish in the net and see if he measures anything can happen when you're on fish like they are.
Absolutely. Are they trying to get away from crowds, or are they trying to find some better fish?
I think they were trying to find an area where they could actually catch some fish.
All right, well, day 2, a weight of 21.36 for Lamont and West. Not enough to make it to the cut in the final day, but these guys right here, Belay and Belay, 21.89. They are going to make the top 5 in 5th place. This team right here, Genowan and Rainwater, 21.93. They're in the top 5 as well.
Today we got the pattern down, and we're on some fish.
GT Cantrell, Randy Bainick. Randy Bainick fishing in his first ever redfish tournament. They make it in the 3rd position with 23.56. Randazzo and Walbaum, impressive, 26.77. They're in 2nd place as we go into that top 5. And the Hartzels, who had the big weight on day number 1, another big limit today, 28.15. Of course, the final 2 teams both making the long run to Louisiana. You want to handicap this top 5 for us, any, Mike?
Well, the Hartzels and Anthony Randazzo and Billy Walbaum are on those big flat tail fish, Tommy, and they're heavier fish over in Louisiana, so you got to look at them as the favorite. But the Belay boys are a wild card in there. They are excellent fishermen, and they're on a lot of fish.
I want to talk about those flat tail fish a little bit later on. We'll get the opportunity to do that, but take a look at this scene right now. Mother Nature's going to throw a little twist into the plans, especially the plans of those teams looking to make the long run to Louisiana.
Well, I prayed for fog all night, and I got it, but I was hoping it would go away eventually, and it just keeps getting worse.
Fog delay shortens the fishing day, so those teams that qualified traveling over 3 hours one way, boy, they're faced with less than 1 hour of fishing and a tough decision. They'll make that when we come back and get started with day 3.
Quit smiling. I know you're sitting there loving it, going, yeah, we'll stay here, we'll stay here.
The Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup is presented by Frog Togs, keeping the world cool and dry since 1996. And brought to you by Mercury Marine, #1 on the water. And powered by Oh Boy Oberto Beef Jerky. Taste what's real, it better be Oberto.
Welcome back. First stop of the year, the Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup. We're in Mobile, Alabama, and ready to go with the 3rd and final day of fishing. Championship day. We are down to the top 5 teams, and on this day, we will zero the weights. One thing you should know, the top 2 teams qualified by running about 6 hours round trip all the way to Louisiana to fish for a maximum of 2 hours. Some pretty good drama right there as we look at the Frog Tog weather report. Shows generally good conditions, but we have a localized condition in place here. The anglers may or may not realize at this point it's going to force a pretty stressful delay.
This is my serious face.
They ain't much serious about that.
Redfish fear me.
Hey, let's do it. One more day. Do it. One more day. They're gonna be there. One more day.
Yeah, I was hoping for a fog delay.
I think we got a little bit of a fog delay. 6:30. We ain't checked out yet.
The bay's still fogged in.
Yeah, it's unsafe out there right now.
Time is running out. Fog is in the air. It needs to burn off. We got to go.
They're making us wait. Looks like there's a little fog out in the bay. They want to make sure that nobody has any trouble navigating out there, which is a good thing.
Well, I prayed for fog all night, and I got it, but I was hoping it would go away eventually, and it just keeps getting worse. The more I sit here and think about it, the more and more my nerves are kicking in, and I'm just ready to get it on.
For us, it's a good thing because basically these guys, a couple guys are going to run Louisiana, so we've lost about an hour. That's an hour less of fishing they have. So if we get another hour, 30 minutes, they're going to have a tough time getting 2 fish.
We're confident. I just hope we can get it done in the amount of time we have. We're gonna be on a short window, probably 30 to 45 minutes, but I feel pretty comfortable. Weather permitting, if we can get in there with a little bit of sunlight, we'll get our fish and get out.
Quit smiling. I know you're sitting there loving it, going, yeah, we'll stay here, we'll stay here.
6.5, 7 hours of running if it's calm, and the wind's gonna pick up in the afternoon, so we're gonna need 5 hours to get in. So that's gonna leave us with almost no fishing time.
Don't know the actual numbers yet, but you do know that the fog is going to shorten that usual 9-hour fishing day. Already short for those top 2 teams running the 300 miles round trip. That's a benefit for the other 3 teams that are staying closer. But at this point, they don't know exactly what their fishing day is going to be cut down to.
There's 3 teams that's got a real good chance.
real good chance. And that's the guys that did their homework, stayed over here, and worked hard scouting and found the fish. That's it.
9 o'clock comes around and the tournament officials make the announcement. It's safe. The fog ban has been lifted. An extension to the weigh-in time has been added. So instead of having 9 hours of fishing, they're going to have 7 hours, 45 minutes of fishing for the top 2 teams, running all the way down to Louisiana. It means instead of 2 hours of fishing they have when they get to Louisiana, they'll have less than an hour's time.
Let's go. That's all we need. If we got sunlight for 15 minutes, we got them.
They just gave us the all clear, the fog's lifted.
We got an extra hour and 45 minutes. They extended the time. So the run we didn't think we can make, we can make.
It's all up to the fish now.
Ready?
I'm ready.
More than ready, right?
It's not stopping for hats. That's why I got the extra one.
A bunch of nerves just kicked in all of a sudden. It was like, woohoo, go time.
Brent and Brandon Ballet from Louisiana, but one of the teams that's not making the trip all the way down to Louisiana. They are traveling, though, to Pascagoula. What's the difference between this place and Mobile Bay?
It's real similar, Tommy, to Mobile Bay. These guys are good fishermen with some bass background, you can tell, and watch what they're doing here. They're going for the structure, and look, and you'll see these guys are real pros, because watch how they slow down. And that's real important when it's tough. They're on this wood structure. It looks just like bass fishing, doesn't it? Spinner baits. And you see how slow they're going?
Yeah, I don't know how big he is. I think he's gonna keep. Come on to me. Keep coming, keep coming. Got him. Yeah! I'm so proud of you. I finally put out. I'm so proud of you.
22 and a half.
22 and a half inches.
All right.
Mercy, mercy, boy! I come off of that tiling over there, let it fall. He smoked it. There he is, B.
All right.
Good fish. I don't know if he's gonna beat what you got.
These guys fishing that wood. Is this bass fishing techniques that you're talking about? Looks like it to me.
It is. It looks just like fishing a bass tournament.
Wow.
And look at their demeanor, Tommy. Did you see? They're slow. They're not in a hurry. They're not panicking. They're taking their time, and they're making every fish count.
Brent and Brandon Ballet, the 2 fishing guides from South Louisiana, do a lot of their work in the Venice area.
We just called just like that. I mean, that was in like a minute. That was in 1 minute. 1 minute. 3.7. It's almost 8 pounds in 3 casts. Woo! When I put out though. You need to start putting some 5s and 6s in there.
Ballet and Ballet are on the board. When we come back, of course, we're going to check on our 2 teams who are still running. We'll be checking with them a lot. They try to make Redfish Cup history with this big, outlandish gamble.
We've got a 3-hour ride one way. We might encounter some rough water. We just got to keep it wide open all the way through it. We got to make every second count.
Randazzo and Walbaum, Hartzell and Hartzell. Got to be thinking about all the redfish they're passing over as they cross 300 miles of Gulf water. They got to be thinking about their reduced fishing time on this final day. Less time than they've had all week, and also thinking about these other anglers who are catching fish even as they are traveling. They're thinking about all these things, and we are too. You don't want to miss this.
There you go. There you go. Stepping up. Stepping up, Big B.
First stop of the year for the Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup, Mobile, Alabama. This is 3rd day, championship day. Round of 5 2-man teams trying to catch 2 redfish on this final day. And these 2 teams running all the way to Louisiana to do their fishing.
We've got a 3-hour ride one way. We might encounter some rough water. We just got to keep it wide open all the way through it. We still don't have as much time as we've had. But we got to make every second count.
We're doing something right now that's unprecedented. I've been able to fish a lot of redfish tournaments. I've traveled as far as 230 miles round trip. I thought that was almost impossible. In the last 2 days, we've gone over 300 miles. We knew that the fish were there. We knew that it was boats to get us there and get us back. We didn't need a lot of time to catch them. So we're gonna go try to do it one more time.
Let's go over to another one of our final 5 teams. They're a team not making a long run. Brandon Genowine and Keith Rainwater are just going basically out to Dauphin Island. As a matter of fact, they're fishing within sight of the bridge there. What have they found over here, Mike?
There's a hard sand flat there, and it's right by Peavy Island Cut, and that's been a popular place for me and just some locals that really know where the fish are for years. And what they've done, they found these fish out there, and they're moving up and down this hard bottom with some drops and some oyster shells and just casting, blind casting in there. And there's a lot of fish usually there, and they move up and down that bridge.
All right, partner, it's time for that first bump.
You want to start out with a little trout first again?
No, I don't think so. Come on.
Let's see that.
Yep.
Something's there.
Yep. Yep.
They're right. It's like right over this little bar here where this cove is.
Yep. They're moving. But I think that's. Yes. 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 You put the power pole down.
Huh?
You put the power pole down.
Yeah.
It's a boxer. She'll go in the box. It's close, but it's not ready. Yeah, go ahead and get you one. There you go.
I got him.
All right, sweetness.
No, God. You need the motor up?
Hold on. Hold on, just hold on. Okay.
You want to net
clear,
it?
clear. Put the power pole down. No, all good. It's a dink, but it'll keep. How's yours?
He looks good.
Got a bigger one?
Got a quick look at him. He looked okay.
Oh yeah, good fish, man, good fish. All right. Man. Boy, you hooked her good. She wasn't getting out. Fill this net. Okay, we got 24 there. We got 2, man.
Okay.
We got 2.
Time to start calling.
Go from there.
Genowine and Rainwater with a limit at this point in the proceeding. Let's go over and check with our team of GT Cantrell and Randy Bainick. Remember Randy Bainick fishing in his first redfish tournament. They're going to a familiar looking place also in the Dauphin Island area. Does that look pretty much like what the other team was doing?
Absolutely, but they're around the corner in a little cove called Dauphin Island Bay, right out in front of the Dauphin Island Marina. And what they're doing is blind casting spoons, I believe, just over that oyster shell bottom, Tommy.
God, it's good not to see 20 boats in here.
Is it a surprise to you, Mike Tyndall, that none of our top 5 teams fishing the Mobile Bay per se?
Well, we had 16 inches of rain, Tommy, 5 weeks before the tournament, and that shoved all our bait and all our fish down the bay. Although Jim Franklin and Blaine Firemood were crankbaiting out in the middle of Mobile Bay about halfway down, I saw them, and they had some fish. One oversized fish cost them a shot at the top 5.
How long ago were these big rains?
5 weeks before the tournament. It was a tremendous flood for 2 days, 16 inches of rain.
And tell exactly what this does to these fish, what kind of attitude it puts them in, and how it moves them physically.
What happens, you know, Tommy, everybody knows redfish can stand more salinity changes than speckled trout, say, but the bait can't. So when that bait moves, those redfish move with the bait.
Obviously, these guys have located some bait fish and a blind casting technique again. Is that going to win the day today, or is it going to be the guys who can see them down in Louisiana?
I think it's going to be a see them and catch them deal if they can get on them. And you can see those long lobes on those fish right there? I'll talk about that later. That's a factor in this tournament.
They're different from the fish in Louisiana as well.
They look like it, yes.
All right, back over to Pascagoula, Mississippi, and our co-leaders at this point in the tournament, Ballet and Ballet.
Got him, good one. Good fish.
Ooh.
Good fish.
Oh yeah, he's a big one.
There you go. There you go. Step it up, Big B.
And look, it's time. That's a good bite. It's 30 minutes before dead high tide, and the bite is on.
B, you set up on that big fish.
The rod come around. I just fell over backwards. You'd have clocked me. You'd have had me good, but I got back up.
Brent and Brandon Ballet, 9 pounds, they've got the lead. All 3 teams that stayed closer to Mobile are now on the board. The Hartzels, Randazzo and Walbaum, still running, still hopeful, still hoping their bet will pay off.
This whole run's a gamble. Everything we're doing today is a gamble. No guts, no
We won't know their story until they get where they're going, and we'll get there when we come back. Stick around. The USS Alabama, one of the big attractions here in Mobile, Alabama. This week, the big attraction is the beginning of the season. For the 2005 Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup, this is the final day, third day, championship day. We are down to 5 teams. We're going for a 2 redfish limit. We're starting from 0 on this final day. 2 teams are gambling. They're making a 300-mile round-trip run all the way down to Louisiana. Some precious few moments of fishing time, hoping that will do it for them. Meanwhile, the other 3 teams have already caught fish. They're on the board, including these guys, Brandon Genuine and Keith Rainwater.
You got that bait right up there. That's...
There's a little bait out front, Brandon.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Whoa, whoa, baby. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, be the one. Be the one. Oh, be the one. Be it. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. She's getting close, man.
I don't know what they're talking about. No fish here.
Yes. All right, man. 24 3/4. All right. Yes, sir.
Woo! Let's keep upgrading.
All right.
Genuine and Rainwater tying it up with these guys right here, fishing over in Pascagoula. Ballet and Ballet.
I'm just thinking these fish around here are pretty territorial. I think they sit on that one bank and they stay there. And they stay there. You go down that bank and you catch them off of it, that's it. Oh, there he is. Get out of there, fish. Man, dude. Oh. I got it. Come on, you gotta measure.
Just over 25.
All right.
4.8.
4.8? So this one's gotta go.
No, that's 4.11 you said.
This was 4.11?
4.08.
Okay.
That's 4.11. That's a bigger fish. Well, had to throw him back in there, didn't I? Okay.
All right, that fish is going to be no help for the Ballet. Still tied with this team right here, Genuine and Rainwater, fishing back over near Dauphin Island, all tied at 9 pounds apiece.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Woo. Come on, baby. See it hit the water. She just exploded it. All right, come get her. All right.
That's going to be smaller. 406, 407.
Okay.
Both these guys happy and healthy.
Yeah.
Keith Rainwater on the left, who's in the redfish tackle business down in the state of Texas. Happy to be here at this event. He wasn't originally on the board for it, but he got a call the Sunday before the tournament, and he got in this thing.
Brandon Genuine, I see on the caller ID, and I was figuring he was going to tell me he's about to take off to go to Mobile for the Redfish Cup, and I was going to wish him good luck. And he says, Keith, I don't have anybody to fish the Redfish Cup with. Do you have any idea who might be available to go? And it was just like immediately when he said that, I said, yeah, I do have an idea who can go, and just felt a calling to come here, and all the stars were aligned. I was able to get my work stuff taken care of and my family's taken care of, and it's just been an unbelievable experience the last 2.5 days. It's just been a wild ride and great.
Obviously, Mike, this is a massive shallow flats area. You got to have a little luck or some kind of good information to find some fish in a place this big, right?
Yeah, you do. And Tommy, what's happening here, that tide looks like it's falling, so it's coming over that flat, and it's just a natural ambush area. It's a drop-off there where those redfish lay up on that oyster shell bottom and wait for the bait to come by. And you can see they're picking them off out there. And the water's actually a little clear there, so they may even be seeing a few of those fish.
25 3/4.
Oh, it's heavy.
Welcome to our house.
It's heavy. It's heavy.
Welcome to our house. Show me some love.
Yeah, 24 1/4, man.
God, dog, man.
But she's fat. We got to wear her.
6'3", 5'11", 5'12", 5'13", 5'12".
He's fat, man.
5'15".
Okay. All right.
Genuine and Rainwater with that fish taking over the lead, 10.5 pounds total on this final day of competition. But remember, the top 2 qualifying teams are still running. In fact, they're just now entering Louisiana waters after a 3-hour run, 3 hours in one direction.
all good now.
Welcome to Louisiana. Short time to find some big fish. We'll see if they can get the job done when we come back.
The Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup is brought to you by Motor Guide. Never stop. Lowrance. We lead, we find, you win. And Berkeley, the edge you need for fishing in the zone.
The Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup, first event of the year, Mobile, Alabama. 3 teams have been fishing a lot on this final day, catching some good redfish. Meanwhile, we've been tracking our top 2 qualifying teams. Midday now, and Walbaum and Randazzo here have not fished yet. They're just now entering their home waters of Louisiana after a long trip from Mobile, Alabama.
It's been a long day. All we need is about 12 pounds. We'll be all right.
Welcome to Louisiana.
Finally home.
This is it.
Randazzo and Walbaum looking pretty relaxed, but that may be partially an act because they are in a stressful situation along with these 2 guys, Greg and Keith Hartzell, the 2 teams making this long, long run from Mobile Bay all the way down to Louisiana. You really do get in sort of a stressful place for your mind when you take on a challenge like this and take a risk like this, Mike.
Tommy, they already have day 3 as a short day because of the fog delay. So now the pressure compresses on you. You only have minutes to catch your fish, not hours.
Take a look at this route right here. 147, almost 150 miles each way, a 300-mile round trip. The weather is not a problem. That shouldn't play into it, but equipment, and a lot of other concerns. You have a lot of exposure here, don't you?
If the motor breaks down, you're out of the game.
All right. These guys are also thinking about these other teams that are catching fish while they're making that run. Does that sort of add to the stress? That make you want to do things like fish too fast, make mistakes?
Well, every time a fisherman gets under pressure, I remember Larry Nixon saying one time, you got to slow down, because if you speed up, you're going to make a mistake.
Now back to Keith and Greg Hartzell, still traveling in Louisiana waters, about to enter the Hopedale area. I should point out that this coverage of this redfish tournament took place pre-Katrina. Hopedale does not look like that today. Took a terrible hit from the hurricane. The coverage we're seeing is pre-hurricane. The Hartzels, of course, many of their concerns over 3 days have been equipment failures for these long runs.
Had we not lost a cylinder, we'd be in real good shape right now because we made real good time across the sound. But we lost 800, 900 RPM, so I'm assuming we lost a cylinder. We've had a few hardships every day so far, so par for the course. Let's make it happen.
Hartzels have caught up with us. They were having a little bit of boat trouble before, but it looks like they've got everything together now. It's going to be a head-to-head competition.
What time? 1:15?
What's he want?
What time you want us to meet you here?
1:30.
Huh?
1:30.
1:30?
We'll still be back by 4 if it stays calm.
What time?
Hang on.
What'd he say?
I think he said 12:30. Nah, he must have said 1:30, Keith.
I hope.
Huh?
I hope.
I do too.
For our traveling teams, a happy time. The first part of their travels are over and they've made it there successfely. Now it's crunch time to see if this gamble pays off with less than an hour before having to make the 3-hour run back.
All right, now you got him. Get him. He's coming. He's turning away.
Yep, he went left.
There he is. There you go. You got it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, pulls down. Come back up. Come back up. Come on. Oh, yeah. Yes. Halfway home. Yeah. Halfway. This right here is what we call a pumpkin in Louisiana. Orange and round. Look at that toad. That's 20,000. We got to catch 20 more. The color of this little jig spinner right here doesn't matter as long as it's saltwater assassin red gold shiner. Isn't that beautiful in the sunlight?
7 pounds, Randazzo and Walbaum finally on the board. And when we come back, the team of Genuine and Rainwater get a definite curveball thrown their way.
Oh, crud.
What?
Both of them.
No kidding.
Penalty for a dead fish is half a pound. That is costly. They're going to have to make a decision at this point.
We could go in slow. I sit back here and hold them.
So many twists and turns in the plot here. This thing is far from over. We will have some resolution when we come back.
Unbelievable.
First event of the year of the Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup. These are our leaders right here. Brandon Genuine, Keith Rainwater. Still plenty of fishing time left for these guys as they are fishing fairly close to home base of Mobile Bay. A lot of time compared to our two teams that ran all the way to Louisiana.
The Cajun boys went to Louisiana. They're going to have to be on their way in 15 minutes to get back in time. So we still got another 2.5 hours of fishing left. Oh, yes, old God. Wait. Whoa, buddy.
Keith Rainwater with another fish on there. Again, we have a 2-fish limit in force today for these 2-man teams. We've got a slot limit as well. It's actually 16 and 26. Has to be between 16 inches and 26 inches. But we want to talk about this X factor, this difference between these Alabama and Mobile area fish versus the ones they're going to be catching down in Louisiana.
Yeah, Tommy, you see they keep pounding this flat and they're hooking some fish here, and that's what you've got to do. You got to stay on your game plan. But the reason the guys ran to Louisiana is those big, heavy, flat-tail fish is what I call them. And when you see these fish, see that long lobe on the top of that fish's tail where it sticks out? That cuts your weight down because your fish is longer. And so these guys are really up against it, trying to compete. See how that lobe sticks way out on the top of that tail there, up to almost 31 inches? Well, those fish in Louisiana look like they've got a square box tail, more like a bass.
More meat and less tail for these fish down in Louisiana. Okay, I understand it now.
All right, partner, we got to do better than that. Oh, crud.
What?
Both of them.
No kidding.
Penalty for a dead fish is severe, a half a pound per fish. They've got a decision to make now. They may have to spend the rest of their day caring for stressed redfish.
We could go in slow. I sit back here and hold them. I mean, you can put them in a freaking pail of water, these guys do. This one's a fat one, dead.
Unbelievable. Well, I guess we're done.
Yeah. Hey, there may be somebody late. Those guys have one fish or something, they're gonna be like, we gotta stay 5 more minutes. I just think it's tough to get 14 pounds 3 days in a row. If they do that, they deserve it. They deserve it.
Absolutely.
Well, finally, our first shot at looking at the Hartzels fishing in this long day. Give us the lay of the land down here in Louisiana and tell us why it's different and why they prefer it.
Well, you see they're in that clear water over that grass, and you can really see the fish. There's a lot of fish there. The fish are heavy, and you see why they made the run. They can pick out the fish they want, and you throw in there, and see, that wasn't their fault right there. That fish just didn't take that bait. But they'll keep pounding at them, and you can see the fish come up and take this lure. And boom, there he is. That's why they came over here, so they can identify the fish, pitch to them, catch them real quick, and then turn around and go back.
This looks like a pond compared to that flat with all that current that we were looking at and fishing back closer to home.
Exactly, Tommy. These fish right here are going to be heavier fish. They're not fighting any currents. They're just laying around like bad bees.
So they're on the board now. The Hartzels, 3.5 pounds.
We haven't got much. We got probably 30 minutes. See how scared he was of it? Greg, I was coming in front of him when you pitched out there. They're scared of the spoon. Let me get the lure in front of him before you throw out, because when your lure hit the water, he jumped. He won? Yeah. He didn't take it. Right there, right there. Look at that. 2 of them there, 2 of them there. 2 of them there. Right there, right there. Oh yeah. He saw the beef jerky shirts and nailed it. He knows there's jerky in the boat. Come on, baby, get him in here. He's saying, oh boy, Oberto.
Come on, fish. Yeah, we're drifting away from you. He's not big. Right on the money. Perfect. Good shot. All right. You ready to roll?
I think we can make it back in 4 hours.
Just like that, the Hartzell's fishing day is done. 2 quick fish. They got to beat a trail back home. 150 miles left to go. You can't be late. The penalty is severe, a pound a minute, so that is not an option. And all through the years of the Oh Boy Oberto Redfish Cup, we found out that it's about finding fish, it's about catching fish, but a very big part of the equation is your ability to take care of fish.
You holding him up? I don't know, maybe when he first put him in there, he hit his head and kind of disoriented himself. But now he's, well, see, he keeps rolling over, but you just keep touching on him, keep working with him. See, look, he's looking pretty good. He's looking a lot better now than he was. Got him. Good fish. Coming around. Come on, go get him. I hope this fish ain't too big, man. He's a toad. He's a toad. Gotcha! I knew he was a good one. 24. We gotta wait. 5.07. All right. Well, upside down fishing there, bro. I don't know if we ought to make the run and get back. We're gonna have to.
Almost unbelievable. Both of our leading teams, Genuine and Rainwater, now the Ballets, have stopped their fishing early to spend all their time taking care of these fish.
We elected to come in early, take our time, run slow, don't beat the fish up too bad, and we're here. We made it. He's still alive right now. Still babysitting.
What a strange set of circumstances in this first event of the year. Now Randazzo and Walbaum, they've got one final chance to move up the leaderboard, but time is running out.
This water's gin clear. You can see those gold son of a guns in the sunlight from a long ways off, but it helps when we see them pushing on the surface. We know exactly where they are, where they're heading. We can make a real good presentation. You gotta move that line out the way. Oh, there he is. Told you. Told you. He was all over it. Don't go in the grass.
Take your time. Here we go. We don't have all day. We do have a few minutes.
Yeah.
You know why they copper colored?
Color of money, baby. Right there. Holy cow. Yes. Oh.
Showtime.
Yes.
3-hour run, 43 minutes of fishing.
We're not even weighing these fish. We're just going.
We don't know what we got. We just know we got 2.
It's time to go home.